In 1959, the first movie theater opened here in Tustin, California. Hi, it's Peter Dills. We are at the Encore Dinner Theater here in Tustin. You might know this as the Curtain Call. Yep, a few years ago they changed the name to the Encore Dinner Theater. I came here last week and I thoroughly enjoyed my experience. They've really stepped up their game. In fact, the culinary experience is up to my Peter Dills standards. Tonight, we will relive some of your most popular and fond memories of years gone by. Of course, with a culinary twist. That's why it's dinner theater.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
You've heard that popular expression, dinner in a movie? Well, I've got dinner in theater. Right now, we're practicing for Fiddler on the Roof. You might just see The King and I and Grease. Enjoy. I am with Michael Lopez. He's the artistic director here at the Encore Dinner Theater here in Tustin. You've brought Broadway plays to Tustin. Now, how did you pick the plays? I mean, you've got Grease. We saw a little bit of Fiddler on the Roof, The King and I. How did you come across, how did you pick those particular plays?
Well, we started with what is the audience favorite? What does the audience want to see? And Fiddler on the Roof is one of the most popular plays and most requested plays of any theater I've ever worked in.
Well, you know, when the girls are up there singing Matchmaker, Matchmaker, I was getting little tears in my eyes.
Well, it's a very dramatic show, a very, what we call a strong book, where the story is very strong about family, and I think that's what the audience relates to, is no matter what time period it does all come down to family.
All right, Michael's got to get backstage and get ready for the next performance. Peter Zappis is the owner right here at the Encore Dinner Theater, and I've got to ask you, why a dinner theater?
Well, this dinner theater existed for many years, and it went through a number of ownerships, and I decided to take it over as part of a revitalization of the Old Town Tustin, similar to what's going on in many towns across the country. Many people have many, many fond memories here over 30-some years, and I just came in and renovated the building and provided this experience for people. Once again, they can bring their children here and have a great time out at an affordable price.
Encore Theater, it says it all. Encore. You know that we're in the kitchen here at the Encore Dinner Theater, and I'm talking to this handsome gentleman. He is the chef, Chef Adrian. If your mother-in-law, your soon-to-be mother-in-law came in tonight, which entree would you suggest for her?
Well, I would suggest our tender braised short rib.
Tender braised short ribs. Well, that's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. Dean Martin performing tonight, and it's dinner theater. That means all the food has to come out pretty much at one time. And I can tell you, the kitchen is ably run by Chef Adrian. So Lori, our tour continues on. What are we going to do now?
Well, I thought as part of your tour, I could take you backstage into the dressing room to meet Andy Domino and Frank Sinatra or Henry Prego.
Whoa, let's do it.
All right.
We're just a few minutes away from the performance. What's on store tonight? What's on tap?
Well, Andy's going to do his show, his tribute to the one and only Dean Martin. And I'll be here next week doing my Henry Prego Sings Frank Sinatra.
So tonight's performance, what's your first song?
Actually, because Henry and I have worked together many times in the past, we're going to do a special treat for the audience, a little appetizer, let's call it. And we're going to do You're Nobody Till Somebody Loves You as a duet.
Hey guys, thanks a lot. The show is about ready to start, so maybe I should head to my seat.
Great to see you, Peter.
All right.
Nice meeting you.
We're just minutes away from showtime, and I'm here with Margot. And what are you making right now?
I'm making a classic vodka martini with 4 olives.
With how many olives?
4 olives. There you go.
4 olives. She did it. Thanks, Margot. Let's get on with the show. I caught up with Mark, the technical director. We're a few minutes away from the show actually starting. So what are the last-minute details that you're working on right now?
Last minute details are checking for safety, make sure nobody trips, make sure all the lighting's fine, just make sure the curtain's going to work
Yeah,
properly.
that's important.
That's very important, and actually the stagehand we're having do the curtain has to get it right when the orchestra plays.
And for tonight's performance, let's just ask, how many performers are there? How many pieces in the band?
12.
Okay,
12
great.
for tonight.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Mark. Let's
You're
continue our hunt around the theater here.
Well, you're certainly welcome.
Wasn't that a lot of fun? It's time for the show. I got my playbill. Curtains are up.
You're nobody till somebody cares. Now you make me king, you may possess the world and its gold. But gold won't bring you happiness.
I enjoyed my evening of wine, song, and food, and I think you will as well. It's Peter Dills at the Encore Theater, your town adventurer.